Hello, all my cats and kittens. I'm sure you guys aren't sick of that joke yet. Today I'm going to be looking at the free response questions from Chapter 4, so the 2016 number 3 and 2013 number 2. Please try to do those problems before I go through the answers. I post them back on the video again, so that way you can take an opportunity and pause the video, try them. Alright, because that's how you get better by practice. Alright? Alright, so here's number 3. From chapter 4. Alright, so Alzheimer's disease. First question. Again, please pause it. I would have posted these to you already. Identify the explanatory and the response variables in the study. Now, you may recall explanatory variables are your X value. They're what you think elicits a response. They cause something to occur. So for this one, you think that smoking is going to cause a response, which your response would be Alzheimer's disease, because you're trying to show that Alzheimer's is a response of smoking. All right, so is it going to be an observational or experiment? Explain. And exercise status was not mentioned. How could this be a confounding variable? Let's look at the official answers before I get too far into it. Can you guys see this? Oh, you gross. I've never done that before. I don't know how to undo that. Learning. Yeah, that's how you do it. No, that's not right. All right. So this is the intent of the question. So real quick through the answers. Part A. Again, the explanatory variable is how much they smoked. The response is whether or not they got Alzheimer's disease. It's an observational study because you are not assigning treatment. There'd be something really bad about it. They'd be like, you need to smoke a lot, and you don't smoke at all. It was just observed how much they smoked, and they recorded it. Now, a confounding variable is one that may be another explanation for the response, okay? Maybe it just wasn't smoking. Maybe it was exercise that was the actual cause. So a confounding variable is something else that gets in the way and could have elicited or caused a response or a non-response, okay? So a confounding variable gets in the way. Oh, I just hit my elbow on the table. You guys can't see it. So here's how you should score these questions. So you get an E if both are right. If you got them both, the explanatory and the response variable were accurate. You get a partially correct if you get one but not the other, or if neither is described correctly but you mention smoking in the explanatory and you mention Alzheimer's in the response. So that'd be you're wrong, like you say, age and smoking are the explanatory variable, because you're not 100% right, but you're partially right. And it's incorrect if you don't do any of this. Now, part B. I'm sorry if you're using a phone for this. You're going to want a laptop. And go full screen. All right. Part B. You get an E if you say it's observational and you say it is because they did not assign smoking. Or you could have said they just observed and had them jot down how much they smoked. P would be you say it's observational, but you don't refer to smoking as being either observed or assigned. Or you could have said smoking as observed without a modifier observed. Yeah. If you just don't know what you're doing. You can read all the notes down there. This one's pretty straightforward. If you have questions, let me know. Part C, there's two components. They need to state that it provides that exercise status might be related to smoking status, and it states whether or not exercise could develop Alzheimer's. Because exercise and smoking could go together, and exercise and Alzheimer's could go together. So you need both components for an E. To get P, you say one or the other. And if you have neither, it's an I. Now, what's your final score? If you have 3 E's, that's a 4. If you have 2 E's and 1 P, that's a 3. If you have 2 E's and an I. That's a 2. 1 E and 2 P's is a 2. 3 P's is a 2. Everything else is a 1. All right. Let's take a look at number 2013. There's a lot of reading here. Pause it, read it, love it. All right, guys. So this one they're looking at 3 different methods to conduct this study, this experiment, this sample. And they want you to describe how to do each of the methods, or how you might do it, or what are some side effects of it. Okay. Here's a question for you to think about. Why do trees seem suspicious on sunny days? I don't know. They seem a little bit shady. All right. Let's look at the answers. And a slideshow. Here they are. All right. Solution to part A. I thought this would actually work better. All right, so part A, you'd have to state that those 500 students who enter the study might not be representative of the population of all students at the university. So you could say they'd be different than all the students. It wouldn't be a good cross sample of everyone, because you could say maybe those are students that have more school pride. Those are ones that have more positive opinions. Those are ones that are more go-getters. You have to say something about they do not represent the entire student body. For A. In part B, you'd have to get a list of all 70,000 students and assign them a number between 1 and 70,000. Then use a random number generator to select students without replacement, and they would be your sample. That would be a better sample. Would be the best? Actually, no. C would be the best. If you want to stratify to make sure that you take gender out of the equation, because in part B you could have had 400 girls and 100 guys, and that would not be a good cross-section of the student body. So if you stratify by gender, what you're doing is you're taking out that one bias, that one variable, right? So it would be more advantageous to stratify it, okay? So let's score it. Part A. Part A, you get an E if you include 3 things. Number 1, you have to say why that's not a reasonable explanation that's not representative of student body. Now, this could be many, many different things, okay? You could have talked about pride, first 100, 500 are early risers, anything that's reasonable. 2, you have to talk about that convenience sample does not represent the entire population, okay? And 3, there's going to be a possible bias. You could either say that students who were early there might like the school grounds more because they have more school pride, they spend more time there, or less likely because, or that the students not there would be less likely or more likely. You don't have to be right. You could have said more or less, it doesn't matter. Just saying that they were different than other people. If you get 2 out of 3, that's a P. 1 or less, that's an I. All right. So part B, you get an E if you said you would assign, remember, assign, random, choose, right? So you assign number of students, randomly choose 500, select those 500. This was from chapter 4 a long time ago. It feels like a whole different world back then. So you get an E if you have all 3, a P if you have 2 of the 3, and an I if you have 1 or less. Part C. Now, you get an E if you say that you're getting a comparison of the 2 genders, or you're taking out that variable, you're good. Now, if you don't talk about their opinions, and opinions might be different within genders, you're only going to get a P. You get an I if you miss both. All right? Go to this web. No, I didn't want to go to the web page. No, I was just kidding. Just kidding, guys. Just joking. 4, if you have 3 E's, that's a 4. 2 E's and 1 P is a 3. It's same as last time. All right. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Oopsie. I don't know if you guys saw what just happened, but I hope you guys learned something. I hope you have a great day.